Hello, hi. Back with another Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra video. It's been a bit since I made any video on this game, because there hasn't been really any news to cover, unless you count the pre-registration thing as news. We reached like 2 million recently. We need one more so we can unlock the free Daima Goku. But, other than that, they haven't really been active on their social media, unfortunately. For the game news, we've only just recently have gotten this tweet, very interesting to me. 5 new heroes announced into the game. One of them being a tank, two are technicals, and the other two are damage dealers. So technicals from now on, I'll just call support because that's what they are. But they just use a different name. So, yeah, one tank, two supports, and two damage dealers. So we'll see. I have some predictions on every category. I have 3 for each, and because this game has such a weird roster, like as you can see, like most of these characters are not that hype or very well known. Nobody really cares about Dabura or I don't know, like Bojack, maybe even Oob or Baby or this version of BB at least, right? So yeah, they definitely went like into the like unknown route, I would say. They're not trying to use their biggest cards. So this list, like unless the only like actual hype characters that I predicted are on the tank category, and the other categories are just wild cards. So yeah, I've like picked out characters that I think would fit this roster, and hopefully at least 2 to 3 of my prediction are right. I don't know, maybe all are gonna be wrong, but it's just a fun little video I decided to make. So yeah, enough wasting time. Let's get right into it. So the first category is going to be the tank category. Tank categories are, to me, like very interesting, right? Because I don't know what they constitute as a tank character, because I don't think Vegeta should have been a tank, right? There are characters here that are definitely like not tank related in my mind, but they are in the game, right? So tank is gonna be very wild. But to me, I just picked out characters that I thought would be tanks, right? So yeah, let's go on to my first prediction, which is gonna be probably the hypest character of them all, which is going to be Z Broly. I think Z Broly definitely has a big chance of being into the launch of this game, but at the same time, I'm not too sure about that, because right now we don't really have these big characters, right? Z Broly is definitely going to be like a big character that a lot of people are going to be hyped about, but I'm not sure they want to use Z Broly's card so early on, right? So maybe, but if they are going to use him, there's a lot of reasons for him to be a tank character and not a damage dealer, especially with his like tanking ability. If you've seen his movies, you know damn well how much Z Broly can tank, right? He's a literal unit. I don't think he should be a damage dealer. He should definitely be a tank character. He has a lot of moves, a lot of just things to do in the game. So I don't know. To me, Z Broly is a definite must for a tank category. I'm not sure if he's going to be on launch, but I do think he's definitely going to be in the game sooner or later. But that's my first prediction, and he is definitely the hypest of them all. The second one for the tank category is going to be my boy Jiren. Jiren is a weird one, right? Because Jiren definitely could be a damage dealer, but let's be honest, all right? We know how much Jiren can tank. He's insane. There's so many ways Jiren can like tank things. I think like I'm not sure if he has a named move that can tank, or if he's just that strong that he can just tank things without even moving. But Jiren is definitely that guy. He has so many tanking capabilities. Like even him just moving, he can just deflect beams, deflect attacks. He just does things without even moving. So I feel like if you are gonna put Jiren into the game, he should be a tank, not a damage dealer, right? This to me, doesn't make sense otherwise. So yeah, that is like my prediction on the second character for the tank category. And I don't know if we are getting like a transformation or a semi transformation with Jiren. Um, but if he is gonna get it, I don't know. I feel like that's a little too OP. Like I can't even imagine just him like transforming mid game. But I'm sure they're gonna balance it out. Like Jiren is gonna be a menace if he is going to be in the game, but I'm not sure because we don't have a lot of super character represented into the game. So maybe they could do that, and I don't know. I'm not too sure, but that is going to be my second prediction for the tank category. Moving on, we have the third category. From now on, most of these characters are really just not that popular or not that hype of a character. So yeah, a lot of wild cards here. I'm just like spitballing. I'm sure a lot of them are going to be wrong, but maybe I can hit like at least a single character out of them. The third character for the tank category for me is going to be my boy Android 16. I think Android 16 definitely has a big chance of getting to the game. When is that going to happen? I'm not too sure. But if he is going to be in the game, he's either a damage dealer or a tank. I could definitely see an argument for him being a damage dealer, but I don't know. Like, out of all of the androids, I think him being a tank makes sense the most for me, right? So I don't know. I would love representation for this dude because we don't see him a lot in other Dragon Ball games. So him being into the launch of the game would be dope. And yeah, he's definitely not that popular, but I think a lot of people like him, right? So him being into the game would be very hype. He has just lots of moves that he can use in his arsenal. So many things that are to me just very cool, and I like the Android 16. So him being into the game was just me wanting Android 16 into the game. So yeah, that is it for the tag category. Moving on to the support tag category, which is technical. So defined by the game, technical is a role perfect for supporting allies, heal your allies, and obstruct your enemies. Meaning, you don't have to be a healer. More so, you're just like annoying them, like using Kuririn, as a solar flare, or maybe using characters like Boo with healings and things like that, right? They're not like just focused on healing. They're more so just they buff your own allies. They do a lot of stuff. So yeah, a lot of these characters are going to be wild, right? Because we've gotten my boy Curlin and also Kid Gohan and some other ones. So I have some pretty interesting picks. Let me know if you have any other picks but for these ones, I think they're going to be very interesting. The first one on the list is going to be my boy Nappa. I know this one looks weird, right? Definitely looks weird. Why would Nappa be a technical, right? Like I thought about it for a second. I was like, isn't he going to be at least maybe damage or even tank, right? But I think Dragon Ball Legends, definitely changed my mentality when I saw like what he could actually do with the Cybermans. Like, imagine him planting some Cybermans and just using them as like I don't know, henchmen to basically attack for him, right? Like that could definitely be a mechanic for Nappa if he is in the game, right? So I don't know. Nappa has some pretty interesting utility. Like, you could use his Cyberman to basically tank for your ally, right? And while using these Cybermans, you could also, I don't know, do some attacks with them, right? I think Nappa has definitely a good range of moves the game could use. So he could be a solid pick for technical. I think he's definitely going to be in the game. When is that, though? I'm not too sure. But I don't know. That is my first pick for the technical category. And the next one is also, I feel like, is not very popular. Yajirobe, my goat. He doesn't have a lot of representation in Dragon Ball Z. His only showing was with the fight of the Saiyan saga. when he helped with Vegeta, cutting his tail, and also, you know, the main reason he is in the technical categories. I think he could definitely be a great healer with his senzu beans. I don't know how could they like utilize senzu beans because in the show, if you eat a senzu, you're fully recovered. So I don't think the senzos are gonna fully recover like allies, or maybe that would be too OP, or that could be an ult. I'm not too sure, but I don't know. Yajirobe is definitely just an interesting pick because he's a wild card, right? Like I don't know how you could actually make him into the game, but I feel like like fitting in that roster makes sense to me, right? Like for God's sakes, bro. We again, like, I keep saying this, but we have characters like Dabura, like Baby One. Like, come on. We could definitely fit in Yajirobe into the game. Him having that Senzu Bean is definitely gonna be like a good supporting ability. But yeah, and he also has like his sword and whatnot. So yeah, I don't know. That is like my pick for the second character in the technical category. Moving on to the last one. To me, okay, the last one is just, I feel like he should be an obvious one for a technical or a supporting category. It's Dende. Okay, Dende really is like one of the most underutilized characters in just Dragon Ball Z universe in general, right? He's not shown a lot. He's like, he has his moments, but come on, bro. If there's one thing you know about Dende, is his healing abilities. He's so good at healings. Like Frieza had to get rid of him first, right? Like, like Dende is definitely a very good contender for being a healer. And again, like, he's not very well known. Definitely could just be in the technical category because why not, right? Like if we're talking about healers, yeah, for sure. I don't know. It's just that's my take on Dende. Like I don't know how they are gonna do him fighting because I don't. For me, I don't remember Dende like fighting a lot in the show, right? So fighting things is going to be tough for him. I think he's going to be more of a buffer healer if he's going to be into the game, like less fighting, more buffing. So yeah, definitely interesting character to be in the game. When is he going to be included? I'm not too sure, but I think he definitely has a spot in the game later, maybe, or maybe on the launch. I don't know. It's just my prediction. And that is it for the technical category. Moving on to the last category, I think this category is the most hyped of all. It's the damage category, right? Like it's the damage dealers. Everybody loves using these damage dealers, okay? They're the coolest. They do the most, right? They're mostly definitely going to be the MVPs because of their high output of damage. So I don't know. I have some wild cards here. Definitely not your average picks for a damage dealer, but it would be very cool to have these these characters into the game. So, yeah, my first pick is going to be the Ginyu Force, or maybe just maybe Ginyu himself, right? My pick is like Ginyu Force strictly for really one reason, because of how they did BoJack. They utilize his henchmen as a way for them to like attack and appear and whatnot. I'm not sure if they're going to do that with the Ginyu Force, or if they are going to do them like individually, because the Ginyu Force is fairly popular in the show, right? Like people love the Ginyu Force, but like individually, I'm not sure if they want to do that, or if they're just going to like make a Ginyu that has them, and they work in a way similar to BoJack, right? So yeah, to me, I think Ginyu himself alone could easily be a character. He has so many moves in the show, right? More prominently being like body change. I think that would be like the sickest move to add into the game, because I don't know how that would work. Like, how would you add body change into the game? Like, I feel like if you add Ginyu into the game, you have to have body change, right? Like him swapping his body with another character is going to be so just wild. Just such a fun character to play, and I don't know. He definitely could be a contender into the damage dealers, you know? So that is my first pick for the damage dealers, right? Could they be in the game? I don't know. Maybe. Like, I genuinely just don't know for all of these characters. That's what's so fun about the Gekishin Squadra, is you really never know what is next for these characters, right? They don't have like a pattern of like choosing like really popular characters, or it's just they're just picking out characters that they think are going to be fun into the game. And yeah, hopefully they add at least a single character out of these picks. Anyways, moving into the second pick, I think my boy Tao Pai Pai has a chance. Okay, so we haven't been talking about Dragon Ball, like this series, a lot, because yeah, like there's not a single representation for OG Dragon Ball, not a single character. And I'm really sad about that, because I know, right, Dragon Ball OG is like the show a lot of people have not watched, unfortunately, because they have grown up with Dragon Ball Z and they kind of just missed the wave. But Dragon Ball OG definitely has a lot of cool villains that could easily be into the game, right? Like I could just like mention them at the top of my head. I think General Blue, Tao Pai Pai, King Piccolo, like also just a lot of the like fights in Dragon Ball OG was so cool, right? So my pick for OG Dragon Ball representation would be Tao Pai Pai, because he has a lot of moves. He is an assassin. So many like moves could easily be utilized. And I don't know, to me, he has it, right? He can use his tongue to assassinate people. He could just dish out lots of damage, right? Run in, go out with the like. He can also use his very popular move, the pillar, right? To just run out of the fight if he wants to. I don't know. There's just so many things to use with Tao Pai Pai as a material. So I don't know. Could he be one of the characters to be in a damage dealer category? I think he definitely could. That's my prediction for the damage dealer, or sorry, the second damage dealer. And the third character and the last character for today's video is going to be my boy, the GOAT, Yamcha. Come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, look. People make fun of my GOAT way too much because they haven't seen OG Dragon Ball. I think a lot of people disrespect the GOAT Yamcha just because of how they watch Dragon Ball, right? They only watch Dragon Ball Z and they've seen him do one thing: die in the most stupid way possible. But come on now. Those who've seen OG Dragon Ball know Yamcha is way more capable than this, right? He has so many moves in his arsenal. Come on now. He has the Spirit Ball, the Wolfang Fist, and other like really cool moves that I would love to see in the game, right? So I don't know. My pick for the third damage dealer is going to be Yamcha, and I think it would be just very cool, right? He's also an Earthling. That's a plus. So yeah, that is it for my predictions for the three characters that are going to be added for the damage dealers. And also, these are all my predictions for the game. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. Maybe comment down below who you think would be into the game. And subscribe if you like more content like this. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Goodbye.